Hello. This is the famous Othello Soli by Giuseppe Verdi. Othello is one of the best opera by Giuseppe Verdi. It's a story of love, jealousy, and death. Here we are in the fourth act, and Othello wants to kill her wife, Desdemona. Othello is a Venetian general, and he's got a beautiful wife, but it's absolutely jealous. His friend Iago told him that his wife fall in love with a young Ciaccio, and he want to kill Desdemona. And here we are in the moment in which Othello try to understand if he wants really to kill her or not. Desdemona has already sung an Ave Maria. There are no double basses in the score, and something really heavenly. And then there is this low E with an accent, which means that Othello is behind the door with a knife, and it's ready to go in the room of Desdemona, and it's ready to kill her. So this accent has a melodramatic accent. It's not a rhythmical accent, and you have to play with horizontal pressure and let the bow going. So let's try. The second time you play the low E, it's without accent, and on my opinion, without vibrato. In fact, Verdi wrote that from that moment you had to play un poco più marcato, which means with a vibrato and more forte and with more intention. Try to make all the colors Verdi has written, which are mezzoforte, vibrato, crescendo, forte, still forte, diminuendo, more diminuendo, pianissimo. If you look at the original score, you will see that the beginning is written only the 4 strings double bass. What does it mean? Today it is useless because all the double bass has almost 4 strings or 5 strings. But in that times, end of 19th century, especially in Italy, double bass were still on 3 strings, and if they have to play low E, they usually make scordatura make the A to the E, and it's not the sound of that. It's not the sound of the double bass. So Verdi asked all the double bassists to play in the fourth strings. Now also the double bassist who's got 5 strings can play as well. And you have to know that in the original score there are fingering, and these fingering are made by Bottesini. And it is because Mr. Ricordi, which was the editor of Verdi, still the editor of Verdi, complained to Verdi about the poor intonation of the double bassist. And in a letter he wrote, please help me to find a solution. And Mr. Verdi wrote telling Ricordi to give the score to Mr. Bottesini, which is the only one who can make the perfect fingering to make this solo in the right intonation. So today you still have the Bottesini score and the Bottesini fingering, and also the Bottesini changing of strings. In this case you have or then we have no crescendo, beautiful sound, not diminuendo. So again, It's very interesting, this fingering. Take the right time of the rest, because there is the orchestra which play when the double bass doesn't play. In that case we have crescendo, diminuendo, and then plum. From letter X, here we have the most difficult passage of this solo, and you have 2 ways to play. One, I said only the brave, because it's and the other one is easier, it's in second string. I prefer in the second strings. Why? Because that solo, it's after almost 3 hours of opera, and often double bass is not in perfect tuning, and double bassists are always a little bit tired, so you can make the right note with less stress, instead of diminuendo. Take the time. And here, one of the common mistakes is not to have the right time. And it's impossible to go together if you does not make exactly the time from that bar. because it's not beautiful. Try to respect fortissimo accento, but always with good sound. So.